So, hello everybody, hello sir and everybody who's watching this video. This is Group 3 and in this video we'll be presenting our work, the Hotel Receptionist System. With that, let's start first with Ivy Doreen presenting us our project's introduction.
Small local stay-ins hotels, resorts usually do not have a digital solution to control room reservation, arrivals, and departure. These are usually done manually and there is a high possibility of error that can lead to overbooking, bad customer experience, and data loss. A centralized database system can simplify front desk operation and enhance the quality of service. Receptionists in small hotels struggle to keep track of guest check-ins, room availability, and payment by way of pen and paper or spreadsheet. This hinder the efficiencies and slow down the recording process. A simple yet effective and efficient system is needed to handle such an important task. The main goal of this data management system is to handle guest registration, keep track of the availability of room, assist in check-in and check-out processes, and record payment transaction. This system is meant to be used by small local hotels with fewer than 100 rooms. Receptionists can check in guests and assign rooms. Receptionists can check out guests and record payment, create booking for guests and record guest information, track room availability, all guest booking and stay duration. The target user of this system are the hotel receptionist and hotel manager or the owners.
Today we will walk you through the key objectives of our integrated system, which focuses on room management and check-in check-out, guest and banking management, and staff management, all critical components in the hospitality industry. First, let's talk about room management and the check-in check-out system. The primary objective here is to develop a seamless real-time solution that allows hotels or accommodation providers to track room availability and status instantly, facilitate fast and accurate check-in and check-out processes, automate room assignment based on guest preferences or booking history, minimize manual errors, and improve customer experience. This system ensures efficient room allocation and turnover while reducing waiting time for guests. Moving on to guest management and banking system. This module focuses on centralizing and securing guest information and financial transactions. The key objectives include maintaining up-to-date guest profiles for personalized service, enabling secure digital payments, deposits, and billing through integrated banking APIs, recording transaction histories for both guests and the establishment, enhancing transparency, reducing fraud risks, and streamlining the accounting process. Ultimately, it strengthens both customers' trust and operational accountability. And lastly, we have the staff management system. The goal here is to improve workforce coordination and performance tracking by keeping accurate records of staff roles, schedules, and responsibilities, monitoring attendance, shift patterns, and leave requests, enabling performance evaluation through tasks, tracking, and feedback modules, supporting HR processes such as payroll, integration, and employee onboarding. This ensures that human resources are optimally utilized while also boosting staff satisfaction and efficiency. Now let's look at the business rules and we'll start with room type and price definition. Each room in the system must be assigned a valid room type, such as single, double suite, or deluxe. Prices are predefined and mapped to these room types. Any attempt to add or update a room must follow the allowed type and pricing schema. This rule ensures standardized pricing and simplifies rate management across all rooms. Next is room status tracking. Each room can only be in one of several valid states at a time: available, occupied, under maintenance, or reserved. Transitions between these states must follow logical rules. For instance, a room cannot be marked available unless it is being checked out or cleaned. This helps staff stay informed of real-time room availability and maintenance needs. One of the most critical rules is booking overlap prevention. The system must not allow two active bookings for the same room that overlap in date and time. Before confirming a booking, the system checks for conflicts with existing reservations for check-ins. This rule protects against double booking and ensures a smooth guest experience. And on to booking status management. Each booking has a clearly defined status: pending, confirmed, checked-in, checked out, or cancelled. Status transitions must follow a valid flow. For example, a booking must be confirmed before it can be checked in. This enforces consistency in how bookings are handled throughout their life cycle. Now let's discuss guest and room association. A guest can only be associated with a room if there's a valid, non-expired booking. During check-in, guest identity must match the booking details to proceed. In the case of group bookings, multiple guests can link to the same booking under predefined limits. These conditions ensure accurate record keeping and security during guest stays. Finally, we have user access management. The system enforces role-based access control. For example, receptionists may create and manage bookings, while only managers can override pricing or change system settings. All sensitive operations are logged for audit purposes. This ensures that users have access only to the functions they are authorized to perform, reducing errors and enhancing security. These business rules form the backbone of our system's integrity, ensuring reliable operation, data consistency, and user accountability. So, by implementing these rules carefully, we support operational efficiency and provide a seamless experience for both staff and guests.
So in this part of the tutorial, I'll walk you through the setup instructions step by step kung paano natin mapagana yung Python database application na ginawa namin. So first is i-download muna natin yung mga files. So ito yung files ng aming database application or website. So need lang na natin tong i-download. So na-download ko na siya and ito na siya. So need lang nating i-extract yung files kasi naka-zip siya. So, extract muna natin. Ayan. And then, after natin ma-extract is, kung bubuksan natin, makikita natin dito yung mga files. So, andito yung database, documentation, and yung source code. Pati na rin yung readme file, kung saan makikita natin yung instructions. So, to start, we need first to import our database sa ating MySQL server. So, need natin i-import itong schema.sql and itong initial data SQL. So, kung bubuksan natin ito, so, itong schema.sql, ito yung ating database structure. So, kung makikita natin is andito yung ating pangalan ng database natin. And then, andito rin yung mga tables ng ating database. So, ito namang sa initial data SQL, ito yung mga data na ilalagay natin sa ating database. Now, to import our database is we need to open the consump control panel. So, ito, and then need natin i-start itong MySQL and itong Apache server para ma-check natin sa phpMyAdmin kung na-upload ba talaga yung ating database. So, ito yung phpMyAdmin. And kapag nag-upload tayo, dito natin makikita yung ating database. Ma-check natin dito. So, i-try natin i-upload gamit yung shell. So, i-click natin yung shell. Pero, kunin muna natin yung path kung saan nakalagay itong database natin or itong database SQL files natin. So, i-copy natin tong path. And then, dito sa shell naman, or CLI, is pumunta tayo dun sa directory. Gamit yung CD, and then, i-paste natin yung path. Ayan, nakapasok tayo dun sa path ng SQL files natin, or yung database natin. So, ngayon naman is i-import na natin. So, MySQL, and then, yung pangalan nung file. Ayan. So, kapag walang lumabas na error, na-import na siya. So, i-check natin sa phpMyAdmin. I-refresh lang natin. And then, ito na siya. So, na-import na. Pero wala pa tong laman. Ayan. Wala pa siyang laman. Ngayon naman is i-import natin yung initial data. So, same command, pero palitan natin yung file. So, initial data. Ayan. So, okay na yun. Na-import na yun. Kung i-refresh natin, and then i-check, ayan. Meron ng laman yung ating database. Next naman is i-configure natin yung ating IDE. And i-install rin natin yung mga ginamit na dependencies or libraries. So, dito sa source code, makikita natin yung requirements text file. So, ito yung mga ginamit naming dependencies para mag-work itong Python website. So, i-install muna natin tong mga ito. So, open natin yung terminal and then i-type natin tong pip install -r and then allocate natin tong requirements text file. So, since nasa source code folder siya, so source code and then / requirements, yung pangalan ng file. And then hit enter. So, ayan. Mag-i-install na yung ating mga libraries na ginamit. So, hintayin lang natin matapos. So, kapag tapos na, ready to go na yung program or pwede na natin i-run. So, close na natin to. And then, pwede natin tong i-run itong run.py. So, run. And then, allow lang natin. Ayan, running na siya. So, pwede nating ma-access yung website dito sa link na to. So, i-follow link lang natin. And then, ito na. So, to discuss kung paano nag-work itong Python database website namin, here is Ramon to show you how.
So, hi sir, good day. So, in this part of the video, we will see or we'll give you a tour on how to use our hotel system or hotel receptionist system, and we'll navigate through yung mga functions and features ng application or web application. So, let's get started agad. So, dito. So, yung naran mo na yung Python file and you have already pasted yung link. So, unang lalabas sa'yo is itong login form. So, dito sa login form, it will ask, or you will choose whether you want to log in as an admin or a receptionist. And kung after mong pumili, you'll give the username and password for dito. If admin ka, you'll use yung admin username mo and yung admin password. And if yung receptionist ka, you'll use yung username mo and password as a receptionist. So, dito kanina, as you can read or dito nakalagay sa readme text txt file namin yung admin access and receptionist access. So dito andito na yung password and username ng admin and yung receptionist din. And makikita mo rin naman to dun sa makita din natin to dun sa database. So dito yung sa admins tapos yung sa receptionist. Although dito sa password I think naka-hash. So, hindi mo siya makikita for security purposes. So, ang makakalam lang nun is yung receptionist and yung admin na gumawa ng account ng receptionist. So, going back dito sa sa ating web application. So, let's try first logging in as an receptionist since receptionist naman talaga yung main purpose kung bakit kami gumawa nito is to help yung mga front desk people na to accommodate guests from local hotels. So, para automated na din yung kanilang pag-check-in and check-out ng guest. So, dito tayo sa username and password na given. So, gagamitin natin to. Receptionist username and receptionist 123 na password. So, copy-paste na lang natin. So, Ctrl V, Ctrl V. 1, 2, 3. And login. So, ayan. So, ito yung homepage ng hotel receptionist system as an receptionist. So, makikita mo dito, may dashboard. So, nakalagay rooms occupied, check-ins today, checks out today, and pending arrivals. So, dito sa room occupied, this is kung ilan yung number ng mga rooms na may mga guests. So, makikita mo kung ilan. Dito naman sa check-ins is kung ilan yung aabangan mong check-ins for today, and dito is yung check-outs for today. Meanwhile, dito sa pending arrivals, ito yung mga guests na nagpa-reserve but hindi mo pa siya i-check-in today. So, parang check-in today pero for the future. So, yun. Makikita mo siya dito sa dashboard ng hotel receptionist system. So, itong hotel receptionist system, may 4 functions siya for the receptionist users. Meron tayo ditong bookings, that is to view and create bookings and handle modifications. And we have this check-in, is to process guest arrivals and complete check-in procedures. Meron din tayong check-out, view today, upcoming, and past guest check-outs. And lastly is yung guest management. Nakalagay, view, search, and manage guest information and booking details. So, ano ba yung mga ginagawa nitong mga functions or buttons? Buttons na to. So, let's try first bookings. So, view bookings tayo. So, dito sa view bookings, dito ka gagawa ng reservations for your guest. So, dito, hahanapin yung guest name, email, phone number, and ID document. So, dito, lalagyan natin. So, ito, connected to dun sa database na kanina na kinonect natin dito. So, let's try putting something or example. Sabihin natin Juan de la Cruz. Yan. And email. Juan de la Cruz at email.com. Phone number. Example lang to 09 999 and yung ID document. Sa ID document, pwede dito yung national ID number mo. So, yun. Example lang siya. So, after mong i-fill out itong mga to, need mo na naman ng check-in date. So, dito sa check-in date, bawal ka maglagay nung previous date. So, it is either today or tomorrow and after tomorrow. So, bawal yung yesterday and so on. So, ito, kailangan mo lang pumili from today to up to kung kailan yan. So, yan. Sabihin natin, sabihin na natin ngayon yung check-in dates. And yung check-out date, sabihin natin bukas. So, ayan. Example lang to. Now, we'll create yung room. Sa room, makikita dito yung mga available na room ng hotel. So, need na lang natin mag-select. And yung corresponding na price ng room. So, halimbawa, let's try yung budget single 80 per night. And yung total amount, automatic na po siya nalagay kasi may 80 per night na dito. And lastly is yung payment method. So, dito, tatlo lang yung pagpipilian. It's either cash, credit card, and debit card. So, halimbawa, credit card ngayon yung sa yes. So, ayan. Nakapagpa-reserve na. So, we can now create yung booking. So, bago natin i-create yan booking, let's see first itong nasa baba. So, itong nasa baba is yung mga bookings. O your list ng bookings. So, pwede mo siyang isort ng mga confirmed bookings. Ito. Yung na-book. Yung mga nakapag-check-in na. Yung mga nakapag-check-out na. At yung mga na-cancel na bookings. So, since dito, gagawa tayo ng bookings, so, saan siya pupunta? Mapupunta siya dito sa confirm. Since hindi pa naman siya check-in, hindi pa naman siya check-out, at hindi naman siya cancel. So, let's try first clicking this create booking. So, ayan, nakalagay dito, booking created successfully. So, let's check dito sa all booking. So, confirmed na ba yung booking? So, let's try. So, ito na siya, Juan de la Cruz. Yung ginawa natin kanina, room 12, budget single, for 80 pesos yun, di ba? So, ayan, confirmed na siya. So, dito sa bookings, pwede mo siyang i-cancel. So, pag na-cancel mo na siya, hindi na siya pwedeng i-reactivate ulit. So, ang lalabas na lang dito is to delete yung mga na-cancel. So, halimbawa ito, delete. Mawawala na siya. So, yun lang naman dito sa bookings. So, let's go back dun sa homepage. Dito naman tayo sa check-in. So, 'di ba kanina nag-book tayo ng One de la Cruz na magche-check-in today. So, yung sa dashboard natin, madadagdagan yung check-in today ng isa. So, naging dalawa na siya. So, kanina 'di ba, isa lang 'yun. So, dinagdagan natin ng One de la Cruz. So, naging dalawa na. So, i-check-in natin naman si One de la Cruz na ginawa natin. So, let's start check-in. So, ayan. So, ayan. Meron pala ditong One Dragon tapos One de la Cruz. So, for today, meron pa lang dalawang mag-check-in. So, pending pa. So, ang function naman ng check-in dito is to check-in yung mga guests. So, ayan. Pwede na natin silang i-check-in. Yun. To budget single, room 12, check-in. And, lalabas na siya dito sa check-in history. So, check-in history, ito yung table kung saan nakalist yung mga nag-check-in na. And also yung nag-check-out. And dito sa taas, yung upcoming check-ins, ito yung balik tayo sa homepage. Ito yung pending arrivals. So, sila yung 5. Yes. Yung 5 magche-check-in pa lang. Nakapag-book na, but hindi pa nakapag-check-in. So, ayan. So, balik tayo sa home. How about dito sa check-out? Sa check-out, ito yung mga current na naka-check-in. So, 'di ba dito sa homepage may 7 rooms occupied. So, sila yung mga naka-check-in for today. Ang ginagawa ng check-out is i-check-out mo sila. So, ibig sabihin, magiging available na yung room nila after mo i-check-out. So, try nating i-check-out si Juan Ramon. Ito si Juan Ramon. Although tomorrow pa naman yung check-out niya, pwede mo na siyang i-check-out agad. So, ayan. Are you sure you want to check out this guest today? So, let's click OK. So, ayan. Nabawasan na sila. Nabawasan na. So, 6 na lang. Di ba kanina ang 7? Ngayon, 6 na lang yung naka-check out. So, yun yung check-in and check-out functions. Now, dito naman, last is yung guest management. So, dito sa guest management is lalabas yung list ng mga guest na na-accommodate ng hotel. So, andito lang naman yung mga information nila. And pag clinic mo tong edit, makikita mo yung mga nabook nila sa hotel. So, ito yung check-in date, check-out date, tapos kung anong room yung nabook. Kasi ito, pwede mong i-edit just in case, halimbawa, may guest kang nakaiwan ng cellphone or payong, tapos need mo ng contact information nila. So, makikita mo dito sa guest information. So, andito sa guest list. Ayan. And that's it lang naman for the receptionist user interface ng hotel receptionist system. Now, how about yung admin? Ngayon, pupunta naman tayo dun sa admin. So, log out natin. And yung username nito is yung admin and admin123. So, ayan. Ito yung admin panel ng hotel receptionist system natin. So, similar lang siya sa receptionist na user. So, meron tayong dashboard dito for rooms occupied, check-ins, check-outs, and pending arrivals. But, dito sa mga functions, may nadagdag. So, ano yung mga nadagdag? First, itong room management, and second is itong staff management. Sa room management, tingnan natin kung anong ginagawa ng room management. Sa room management, dito, pwede ka mag-add ng bagong room. So, and makikita mo rin dito sa room management yung room inventory, yung mga vacant rooms, occupied rooms, at yung mga naka-reserve na room. And eto, all rooms. So, halimbawa, magdadagdag tayo ng bagong room. So, may pinagawa ngayong bagong room yung hotel. So, magdadagdag tayo ng something. Halimbawa, standard, solo. And pwede mo ditong lagay yung price. So, 150. So, add room. So, lalabas siya dito. Standard solo, 150. And vacant. So, ito lang naman yung ginagawa ng room management function. So, ayan, makakapag-add ka ng room and makikita mo yung list ng mga vacant rooms, occupied rooms, and reserved rooms as well as yung lahat ng rooms na nasa hotel. And last na function for this is yung staff management. So, staff management yung kanina nga, yung sa admin and receptionist. Dito, makaka-add yung admin ng mga receptionist na gagamit nitong application. So, ito yung mga username and yung kung gusto mo ba silang i-delete or kunin yung account nila. So, andito yon. So, halimbawa, si Daniel Kim, aalisin natin yung account niya as a receptionist. So, try natin i-delete. So, ayan. So, si Daniel Kim, hindi na siya makaka-login dun sa login form pag nag-try siya mag-login since deleted na yung account niya dito sa receptionist. So, try natin magdagdag. Dagdag natin ulit si Daniel Kim. Daniel Kim. Daniel Kim. 1, 2, 3. Ay. Dito na siya sa password. Daniel Kim. 1, 2, 3. Add receptionist. So, ayan. Inad natin ulit si Daniel Kim bilang receptionist. So, going to that, tignan natin if naka-connect ba tong mga inad natin dito sa database mismo ng system. So, asan na siya? Ito si Daniel Kim. So, dito sa receptionist, makikita natin na andito nga si Daniel Kim. So, kapag dinilit natin, gaya nung kanina, si Daniel Kim dito, let's see if andito pa rin siya dito sa database natin. Refresh. Yun. Nawala si Daniel Kim. So, connected po yung mga nilalagay natin dito sa database or yung sa schema and my initial data na nilagay natin or inimport natin dito sa ating database. So, back. And that's it lang naman for this tour of how to use this hotel receptionist system. So, that's it. Thank you. Log out na natin. So, hello ulit. Nagbabalik na naman ako. So, before we end this video, let's discuss first yung mga tables or yung interconnectedness ng mga tables na ginawa natin sa database. So, as you can see, we have here the ERD diagram of the hotel receptionist system. And dito, yung mga tables ng bookings, yung table ng bookings is connected with payments, guests, and rooms. Meanwhile, nakaiwalay naman yung admin and receptionist. So, as you can see dito sa bookings, connected siya dito sa payment since meron ditong booking ID in which kabilang siya dito sa bookings. Meanwhile, dito naman sa guest, may nakalagay na guest ID dito sa bookings since primary key siya ng guest and dito naman is yung primary key ng room ID ay nakalagay din dito sa bookings. So, titignan natin dito sa database system natin dito sa may page admin if anong minimin ko. So, ito yung table for bookings. So, as you can see, nakalink yung bookings dito sa booking ID, guest ID, and room ID. So, pag click mo tong halimbawa yung guest ID na 12. Ayan. Lalabas yung guest dito. So, parang kinocall niya yung guest dito sa bookings. Same dito sa room ID. So, ito, nalaman natin kung anong room ba to. So, ayan. Yun lang naman since connected tong database dito sa ginawa nating application. And that's it for our video. Thank you for watching.